when you're condescending, when you're mean, you lose credibility, and all you're doing is making the other person stronger in their beliefs. It's counterintuitive, it's counterproductive, it's um, it's just not a good idea, man. I mean, you get more, I guess, credibility out of being, well, nice. You can debunk somebody and tell them that they're wrong and tell them they're mistaken without without cussing at them, without calling them stupid, without calling. I mean, the flat Earth theory is basically fundamentally a lack of optimism. Okay, it is a complete and utter distrust in everything that is considered establishment. And once you understand that, you kind of understand the mentality. And you're not going to convert anybody if you don't understand where they're coming from. Okay? Let me say that again. You're not going to convert anybody if you don't understand where they're coming from. Okay? And they use the Bible, you know, misinterpret it. Oh, well, it's in the Bible, so that means no, it's actually not. In fact, it says in the Bible the exact opposite. Okay, it says in the end times, which many people believe we're in, there's going to be false teachers, false prophets, false doctrines that are going to pop up. Okay? It says in the Bible that this is going to happen. And it's happening, and ironically, they're using the Bible, quote unquote, to prove, you know. And it's not, as I'll show you here, Amos, good old Amos, um, actually talks about the planet Saturn. It gives a reference to it. Okay. The flat earthers, of course, well, there aren't any planets and there aren't any, I mean, there was a reference to Venus in the Bible somewhere too. I just don't feel like looking it up because you know what? I'm not trying to debunk flat earthers right now. I'm not trying to because I don't have to because I don't believe that. So I'm not going to do it. But, um, you look up planet in the Bible, you get Saturn comes up, Venus. I think there was a reference to Mars in there somewhere too, but that just to say, flat earthers are big on, well, the planets aren't really real and they're just lights in the sky and they're just, well, if they're going to use the Bible to quote unquote prove that the earth is flat, which they don't, um, you can use the Bible to debunk them. No, it's not. Uh, the Bible doesn't contradict itself. The Bible says, what it says. Now, they're going to twist the words to have it say something it doesn't say, like the four pillars, for example, is clearly north, south, east, and west. It has nothing to do with corners of anything. But I digress. I do want you guys, when you do go and debunk flat earthers, I want you to understand the mentality. Okay, I get not trusting the government. I don't think anybody trusts the government. Okay, so you're already in agreement with something. And the best way to debunk somebody is you start with something you both agree on. Okay, yeah, you're incredibly pessimistic about government stuff. I get that. Here's the thing. Okay, just because they lied to you about lots of stuff, that doesn't mean they're lying to you about the earth, being flat or round or whatever. Just because they're, does NASA do shady stuff? Well, of course. Almost everybody will agree with that. Now, the levels of the shadiness you might disagree on, but, well, let's be honest, there's something going on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Um, but just be nice. Just be nicer. We live in such a polarized world where people are just going at each other's throats, rah, 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 and that's only going to make people more rigid in what they think is right. Okay? Iron sharpening iron kind of thing. But But yeah, it's right here in the Bible saying that stuff like this is going to happen. I mean, literally, it's like here saying there's going to be false teachers. They're going to come up with false doctrines. They're going to sway a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to be fooled. It says that, okay? And you can't say, oh well, the planets aren't real. Well, the Bible mentions a few planets too. So, flat Earth is not in the Bible. And once you understand that, and once you understand credibility, you know, um, when somebody swears, I had an ex that used to do that, and she would cuss and she would swear, and it came to the point where I had no respect for her at all, and we got divorced because what's the point? I mean, when you don't respect somebody, what they say really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta stick with credibility. You need to be as credible as possible. Okay, seriously. You know? And on a side point, I'll just end with the Earth can't be flat because if it was, cats would have pushed everything over the edge by now. I mean, good Lord, my cats are just knocking stuff. Crash! I hear a crash in the middle of the night. I could be being robbed. I don't know. I just ignore it and roll over and go to sleep. But I digress. I'll end this on a lighter tone because this well, this subject gets heated, and there's really no reason for it to be heated. Okay, I understand the pessimism of flat earthers. I really do. Okay, and that's why I've been able to tell them, okay, you're being deceived. It's not in the Bible. It's a deception. The Bible says there is going to be a deception. Here it is, folks. And when you talk to people with respect on their level, something they understand, you can debunk them and they're happily to be debunked. Most of these people are perfectly rational people, and if you give a rational person new information, backed up by evidence according to their worldview, they will go along with it. Added to the fact that it's true. So, anyway, I hope that helps. You have a wonderful day, and I'm out.
Yeah.